Young ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all. Once again, you are welcome here on your platform. Much love, the platform, for awakening consciousness. So this is the headline of international news. The French are gripped by panic and fear. Yes, Emmanuel Macron, who wants to present himself as an indispensable war leader. Emmanuel Macron, who wants to show the world, to the face of the world, that France is a nuclear power, a global power. Emmanuel Macron, who has presented Russia as a real threat, first to France and also to all of Europe. Emmanuel Macron declares war on Russia. He declares war on Russia and seeks to mobilize all of Europe against Russia, and seeks to gain the commitment of his French compatriots to rise against Russia. But also and above all, what worries the French the most is the fact that he is preparing them for a life of survival in the event of armed conflict. But this preparation is barely concealed in a booklet which will soon be distributed to all French citizens. So, in this video conference, it is this current event that we will discuss. Emmanuel Macron. Emmanuel Macron. Thank you for sharing this video conference as widely as possible. Young ladies and gentlemen, share it in all possible groups. Share it as much as possible and leave many comments. I emphasize the comments, since our visibility is having issues. When you leave comments, it increases the audience. So you can leave any comment, even just say hello. There you go. So let's dive deep, young ladies and gentlemen. The French President, Emmanuel Macron, we have the impression that he is there, following along the orders that the former American President Joe Biden is giving him, even though the latter is not in power. Emmanuel Macron is being influenced by someone. In any case, he has an idea. He wants to confront Russia. That's what the observation reveals. So, this weekend, Emmanuel Macron announced this. He said that Russia has no say if Ukraine requests Allied forces to be on its territory as a guarantee of a peace agreement. Russia has no say. Ukraine is a sovereign country. Here is the statement he made. And at the same time, he is reportedly preparing the French army to move to Ukraine. And that's why he made a statement in which he told the French citizens, I want your commitment. For the homeland, obviously, is to send them to Ukraine. However, we all know, even during the most difficult moments of the Russo-Ukrainian conflict, there was never any official talk of sending foreign soldiers to Ukrainian soil in the name of any security guarantee. Even the NATO instructors who came to Ukraine to help them fight Russia came under the label of simple trainers. And these simple trainers, those whom Russia, their matter, we have also seen with our own eyes. And now, as if all this were not enough, the real declaration of war against Russia is in preparation. And so, simultaneously, Emmanuel Macron is preparing his people for a life of survival. That's the word, a life of survival. So, what is happening? The French government, please share this video conference. Share it. I want enough sharing. Share the video conference. The French government is preparing a booklet for the French population on practices to adopt, to prepare, and react in crisis situations. Please share the video. Leave many comments. So, this March 18, 2025, from consistent sources that French media themselves have learned that the government was preparing a booklet. And this booklet will be distributed to all French citizens. How to prepare and how to react in case of a crisis. But what kind of crisis is it about? The French government wants to hide the truth. They mention 3 situations. So, among the crisis cases outlined in the survival manual, its name is the survival manual. The survival manual. So, among the crisis cases outlined in the survival manual, we have an industrial accident. We have a severe climatic event. We have a cyber attack. And we have an armed conflict. So, there are 4 situations. They placed the issue of armed conflict in the last position. They added cyber attack, industrial accidents, and what else? Severe climatic events. All of this is to conceal. The 4th case, the 4th situation, which happens to be a case of armed conflict. Since, lately, many French people have stepped up to say that Emmanuel Macron is scaring his people. We have seen politicians criticize the very radical speeches of Emmanuel Macron in recent times. The discourse is heading towards war. So, he wants to veil. He wants to camouflage that. But the truth is that Emmanuel Macron cannot camouflage that. He cannot camouflage it. It's his intention. He wants the French to prepare for an armed conflict. So, what actions should be taken during an armed conflict, etc. This is what Emmanuel Macron is preparing for his people. And it's what needs said. The timing can easily suggest a reaction from the state to the unstable international situation. Since last March 5th, Emmanuel Macron called the nation to commitment against the Russian threat during a televised address. Since then, the government has been emphasizing the need to rearm France, like several other European countries, such as Germany, which is set to vote on Tuesday, therefore tomorrow, on a giant investment plan. So, everything is being organized for France to enter into conflict with Russia. So since March 5th, Macron made his declaration. He said he wants the commitment of the French against Russia. And then the government is looking to rearm France, including this famous survival manual, which will soon be distributed to all French citizens. Can you imagine the cost? It's enormous. This clearly means that France is preparing against Russia. While Russia says nothing, it remains calm. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the headline news. We will continue to follow this news. From this side, everything that will result from it. We will return here to your platform, the Tribune of the Watchful Consciences, to be able to elaborate on it, to decipher. Thank you all. I will be back shortly. By the grace of God, the Almighty, with new updates, this was the voice of your one and only Samurai.